question I want to lay before you today is, have you ever been taught how to pray? One of the mistakes we make very often in our spirituality is we make assumptions. We make assumptions that we know certain things. We make assumptions that other people know certain things. We make assumptions that we believe or other people believe certain things. We make assumptions that we know how to do something. One of the things we discovered at Dynamic Catholic in our research is the great majority of people have never been taught how to pray. When you think about how central that is to our spiritual lives, it's tragic. You think about the idea that the disciples only made one collective request of Jesus, and that was, Lord, teach us how to pray. They saw him praying. They must have seen how important it was to his life. They must have seen the impact it was having on him and his life. And they came to him together and they said, Lord, teach us how to pray. I think that request has never gone away. I think that request is still there today. At Dynamic Catholic, for the first decade of the life of Dynamic Catholic, we were working on these Catholic Moments programs. We've just released the program on baptism and parenting. And before that, we released the First Communion program, the First Reconciliation program, the Confirmation program, the Marriage Enrichment program, the Marriage Prep program, and of course, Best Land Ever and Best Advent Ever every year. These programs are core to the life of the church and to the life of Catholics. One of the things I realized, if I could only spend the rest of my life talking about one topic, or if I could only teach people one thing for the rest of my life, every book, every speech, everything would be about how to pray and the fruits of prayer and the challenges of prayer. Because I don't think anything has more impact on our lives than when we truly begin to pray, when we truly give prayer a place of priority in our daily lives. In Rediscover the Saints, I say that Teresa of Avila taught me how to pray. Now, obviously, I wasn't alive when Teresa of Avila was alive, and I have not had mystical visions of Teresa of Avila in which she taught me how to pray. But by reading about her and reading about her life and reading about how she prayed, she taught me how to pray. And central to her experience of prayer was simply talking to God. Just talking to God. And very often that's the piece that we take out of prayer, or that's the piece that we neglect in prayer. And so what I want to encourage you to do today, just like Teresa of Avila, I want you to talk to God. If you've had an experience of the prayer process, then you understand, you go through the 7 steps of the prayer process. It's designed, A, to teach people how to pray, B, to give people a format for prayer so that they don't sit down in prayer and think, okay, what do I do now? Because that's what happens if we haven't really been taught how to pray. But also what the prayer process does, it ignites this conversation between you and God in a whole different range of topics and a whole different range of aspects of your life. And so I want to encourage you today, I want to challenge you today, just to sit with God and just talk to God. When I'm putting my kids to bed at night, we do these prayers. I talk to them about the day, and I ask them if they have any questions for me. And at the end of our prayer time, I ask them, what do you want to say to Jesus today? And they say the most normal things, and it really convicts me in how to pray. It convicts me in how inadequate my prayer is sometimes. It convicts me in how I don't even know how to describe it, but it convicts me. I put in a little Ralph to bed last week and talk about his day and talk about some questions. We do our prayers, and then I say to him, Ralphie, what do you want to say to Jesus today? He says, Jesus, it's been a really long day and I did a lot of stuff, but I'm really tired, so I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Good night. Love you, Jesus. And it's like it's so honest. It's so beautiful and it's so honest. And he's just talking to God. And so my prayer for you today, my prayer for me today, is that we can learn to talk to God, that we can learn to be honest in our prayer. Brutally honest, simply honest, and just talk to God as if he was a friend just sitting on the couch across from us.
Did you know that 71% of the people that watch Matthew Kelly's videos are not subscribers? That makes no sense. We need to change that. Subscribe today. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on another great video ever again.